Hello, beautiful souls. It's Emily with Twins in Union. And first of all, I just want to take a moment to wish you all a very happy 11/11 Gateway. I feel like it's like a twin flame holiday this day. So happy 11/11, everyone. I have a couple of new decks of cards, and I was just doing some playing around, and I pulled this spread, and I just thought it was so beautiful that I felt inspired to share it with you, and just do this special little 11/11 reading. So yeah, with that, I will go ahead and turn the camera towards the cards. And it's a little bit different than my usual reading that I do. If you haven't seen my most recent reading, it's about the divine masculine finding the strength to take action, and the divine feminine is really tapping into co-creating with the universe and getting in touch with her passions and her creativity and healing inner child, and really coming to a place of unconditional love. So anyway, if you haven't seen that reading, I highly recommend it. It's pretty much looking at the energies from the full moon that we just had in Taurus leading up to the new moon that we have coming up in Scorpio, which I think is November 18th. And it also really strongly looks at the energies for the 11/11 Gateway. So anyway, if you haven't checked that out already, then I think you will really enjoy it. And again, this is just kind of a fun reading, for the 11/11. And I will plan to do my full regular full union spread coming up here around the new moon in Scorpio. So with that being said, I'm going to turn the camera towards the cards, and I hope that you really enjoy this new deck. So the new deck that I got is called The Good Tarot, and it is by Colette Baron-Reid, and I just love the images and the artwork on it. And I also really love this deck because her intention in creating this deck was really to kind of move beyond the old traditional tarot, just in the fact, like, historically, that tarot deck was created during a time of a lot of fear in history. So some of the cards, like the Death card and the Tower and the Devil card, it can trigger certain thoughts and fears within us. So her goal when she made this deck was to really make it more about empowerment, and how can we take the energies that are before us and really work with those energies from a perspective of empowerment, self-empowerment, and feeling like we, really have the tools and the resources and the abilities and the higher perspective in our lives to really move forward from a place of feeling that inner confidence and inner peace and feeling that inner empowerment. And I just really love that concept, because I feel like for me, as a spiritual teacher, that is one of my goals when I am giving my readings, is to really help you see from a higher perspective and to really get a solid grasp on this spiritual journey in a way that makes you feel more empowered as you move through it. So anyway, like I said, I was just kind of playing around, and I had the idea to just take a look at what was going on with the divine masculine energy. So this, these cards are reflecting more of what's going on with the divine masculine during the 11/11 Gateway. And so I think what I'm going to do is start by just kind of reading through all of them quickly, just kind of skimming and scanning through them, and then I will go back and I will hold each card up close to the camera so you can see how beautiful the images are, and we can just look a little bit more deeply into you know, the messages coming through on a deeper level. So, okay, with that being said, this first card on the top was what was on the bottom of the deck, and it is Ace of Water. So the Divine Masculine is really at this place of new emotional awareness, new healing in his heart space, new healing in the partnership, new emotional awareness. And through that new awareness in his heart about love, these new perspectives on his emotions, he's really feeling called. We have the Judgment card here. He's really feeling called to his purpose, to his soul's purpose, to his divine destiny. He's really feeling called to awaken to his true authentic self and to live his true authentic life in all areas, not only within himself, but in all of his interactions, in his relationships, in his connection with the divine. He's just really rising up and feeling this call to something bigger than him, something more meaningful, something that's, you know, an aspect of his soul's truth. And in this calling, he is, you know, also really finding stability. This is Four of Earth, so Four of Pentacles. He's really, you know, been working on creating solid foundations in his life. And with this calling, he wants to move forward in an even deeper way, where he's starting to be able to see that this divine calling is also about divine timing, divine beauty, divine abundance, creating a solid foundation through this awakening to his soul's truth. And he has been learning, he is growing, he's kind of, you know, been on this spiritual path. He's gone through this awakening, and he's been learning. He's been learning about the twin flame connection. You know, a lot of divine masculines have been waking up, like literally understanding that they are a twin flame, and what does that mean? So he's, you know, really wanting to deepen his understanding. He's really wanting to learn more. He's really wanting to, you know, take this new knowledge and grow. You know, and he's also really able to look back now on things, and he has a greater understanding from a higher perspective, from a divine perspective, from the ability to see that everything happens for a reason, that everything has God's hand interwoven into it, that is assisting him in co-creating and manifesting this life that he's been dreaming of. And, you know, we have Five of Fire here, Five of Wands, and this is about the divine masculine really going deeper on a spiritual level and being able to overcome the differences in the connection, to be able to really take what looked like a conflict and to be able to see an agreement, to be able to embrace differences and to actually see that as a beautiful thing and a good thing, and that we are actually complementary. Our differences are complementary, they're not conflicting. Our differences are part of what make us the yin and the yang. It's part of what makes us, you know, create that third energy. It's actually a gift. It's actually something beautiful. It's, you know, that celebrating our diversity and taking that and making something beautiful out of it. And, you know, here next we have the Four of Fire. So the divine masculine, he's really being able to see the differences and to not only accept them, to see them as a gift. And this is bringing about this feeling of stability and joy. You know, really grounding these new awarenesses, grounding the spiritual knowledge, grounding this new understanding onto the earth that is, you know, creating this foundation of spiritual fulfillment, spiritual joy. You know, this is often referred to, this Four of Fire. It's like the Four of Wands. You know, it's a card of celebration. It's a card of, just that feeling of spiritual, emotional joy and fulfillment. And, you know, then we have the Page of Air, and this is a new beginning for him in his mind. He's really realizing that this is a spiritual path, and he's really opening up to receiving divine guidance. And this is a new space for him to be in his thinking, where he's not, you know, just trying to control it all in his mind, and he's opening up and reaching out and asking the divine for help, you know, for guidance. Recognizing that there are these bigger forces in the universe that transcend what is on the earth plane. And, you know, with this new awareness that he has in his mind, where he's really opening up to the divine, he has moved into this place of really co-creative abilities being unleashed. He's really stepping into his ability to manifest and create with the universe, and to see all of these different possibilities from a place of, you know, powerful emotional, you know, joy, and wanting to manifest, and just really kind of seeing like the world is my oyster. And, you know, this has really brought him to a new place in the physical, where he is creating and manifesting and unleashing all of this co-creative energy in order to manifest this new beginning in the physical, in the earth plane. This is the Ace of Earth, which is like the Ace of Pentacles. So he's really creating concrete, real, physical results in the earth plane through this new awareness and this new ability to co-create with the divine. And, you know, he's really building his confidence as he's creating this new abundance, new prosperity, new awareness, grounding this spiritual awareness into this new beginning onto the earth plane. And, you know, this is bringing about these feelings of romantic attraction, you know, wanting to move forward, wanting to take this new emotional awareness that he has for this journey, for his divine feminine, and to really, you know, move forward in a way that is with, you know, that warm heart, that charm, that chivalry, just that raw romantic attraction. His heart is like that cup overflowing, and he's ready to go out and share that cup. And he's, you know, moving into this place of his heart being so open and feeling that magnetic attraction and that romantic attraction, that it's putting him in this place of being like the fool. You know, the divine masculine has needed to use logic and reason and analytical skills to really try to intellectualize his feelings, to try to intellectualize what love is. But now he's in this whole new place where he's ready to be the fool. He's ready to step outside of needing everything to be logical and rational, and he's ready to just take that leap of faith. He's ready to just, you know, throw logic to the side and say, you know, this is what I'm feeling in my heart. And just with enthusiasm, you know, just taking a risk, taking the leap, and just trusting, you know, moving forward in that faith, moving forward knowing that he is part of this dance with the divine, part of this dance with the universe, and just trusting his intuition and just going for it, regardless of how crazy and illogical it might seem. And, you know, this is beautiful because now he's really in this place of, you know, I'm going to own my power. I'm going to own my truth. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to be me. I'm going to listen to my soul, not what society says. So this is Seven of Air, which is, it's a card of non-conformity. It's about, you know, really owning your independence and, you know, not just kind of wanting to blend in with everybody else, but to really live from your authentic truth. You know, living to please what honors your soul. And, you know, in that, it's going to lead him to his divine feminine. We have the 9 of Earth here, and we have the Divine Feminine really, you know, ready to embrace him, ready to receive him, ready to, you know, share this unconditional love with him, ready to co-create with him, ready to live this calling and this divine purpose together with her masculine. So he's moving towards her. This is his end goal. This is his rock. This is his main, you know, brick in the foundation, is his beloved. And this is his ultimate goal here, the last card. And yeah, so I just felt like this flowed really beautifully and was just really exciting energy to see. So I'm going to hold up the cards, and you can see them up close because I just really think that they're beautiful, and some of the imagery and the symbolism is really beautiful. So we'll start up at the top, and again, this was the bottom of the deck, and this was Ace of Water. And so it's just this beautiful seahorse, you know, with all of this water, which represents emotion. So there's this new beginning taking place emotionally for the Divine Masculine, and he's really able to now embrace the pearls of wisdom from this journey, you know, looking back on things, starting to get a new understanding and a new perspective on it. So this is about, you know, a new beginning in love, and a new beginning in unconditional love, a new beginning in partnership. It's about overflowing abundance. It's about love that is fertile and really ready to grow. It's about overflowing joy. And, you know, I looked up symbolism for the seahorse because I've had a love affair with seahorses. And, you know, as an artist, when I was in college, I just went through this phase where everything I did for my creative projects had to have something to do with a seahorse. So anyway, I was really curious, and I looked up seahorse, and it said that it was the spiritual animal for new relationships coming in, or new partnerships coming in. And, you know, I just love that, because I feel like this is just, you know, as we are in this twin flame journey and we are going through this ascension, it's like we keep coming around and arriving to these new beginnings in our connection. So it's not necessarily saying, oh, a whole new partnership's going to come in. It's saying, in this divine love partnership that we are a part of, we are completing, you know, completing another cycle in our ascension and arriving to this new beginning, this beautiful new emotional beginning. And the other beautiful thing about the seahorse is the seahorse sees from all sides, sees from all perspectives. And you see he has this bony kind of, you know, cartilage structure that makes up his backbone and his body here. And that symbolizes protection. And the seahorse is a power animal that you can call on when you are feeling like you need protection and guidance in a situation that is very emotional. So I just think that's beautiful. And then, you know, we have the Judgment card here. Oh, and then also with the seahorse, that's Ace of Water. Ace, you know, that's a number 1, so that's manifestation. So, you know, manifesting this new emotional beginning in a divine partnership. And then we have the call. This is, you know, being called to our life purpose, being called to our soul purpose, being called to our greater mission. You know, that is really the foundation of what this twin flame connection is it is a connection that is based on coming together in order to do a divine mission. And, you know, that could just, if you resonate more with, you know, being a light worker, or, you know, your soul's purpose, or your soul's, or your life purpose, whatever that means for you, whatever mission looks like for you, but you and your beloved have this bigger mission. It's like the the romance part of it is just like the icing on the cake, you know? It's part of like the dangling carrot that keeps us moving forward. And, you know, it's ultimately this bigger calling for our soul. And so the Divine Masculine, he's been going through an awakening, and he's really feeling this calling, this deeper desire for authenticity in all areas of his life and living from his soul. And that is drawing him forward towards his beloved. And then we have the Four of Earth, which is like the Four of Pentacles. So we see this beautiful angel, and she has, you know, these coins. She kind of has like these antlers that look like branches coming out of her head. And then we see the 4 coins here. And, you know, so this is about understanding divine timing. And I'm seeing these coins as being almost like, this coin is like her higher self, and this coin is like the divine. And so, you know, it's like the Divine Masculine is really seeing that there is a bigger picture here from the divine, that he is part of this, and he has access to this own inner wisdom and this own guidance and this pure source energy that is helping him see that everything in the past has happened for a reason. All of the hardships, all of the challenges in his life, all of the ups and downs in his twin flame connection, that this is all creating some kind of a solid foundation in the physical world, just by being in this place of awareness, of seeing that there is divine order in all of life. And, you know, this is waking him up on this deeper level to where he's wanting to learn and grow. He's reflecting on his life and really realizing that, you know, there's a lot to learn yet. He's opening up to this new understanding that there's so much to life beyond the earth plane. And, you know, looking back on his life and realizing how much he's learned, how much he's grown, and how much more there is yet to learn. And I just love how this has this musical instrument, you know, like life is like this musical dance that we are a part of, and we are co-creating with the divine. And, you know, we see there's, if you look closely, there's roots coming down here, and then there's like these branches coming up here like a tree, and these pentacles coming out through the branches. So, beautiful cards. And then, you know, with the number 8, that's a number of abundance and a number of that infinity, the eternal love, the never-ending bond that we share. And 8 is also a number of powerful movement forward. So he's really, you know, moving forward and growing in his learning and understanding about this journey. And then we have the 5 of Fire, which would be like the 5 of Wands. And we see this, you know, sweet angelic figure, and there's beautiful butterflies, symbolism of transformation and change. And there's beautiful, they look like lilies, flowers up here that are like lanterns with this beautiful soft light coming out of them. And so, you know, 5 of Wands, this is about really accepting and honoring our differences, you know. In the traditional tarot, it kind of looks like a card of conflict, but I love how this deck is really taking it and making it about, you know, taking our differences and rising up above that, transcending that to a place of really honoring our differences and seeing how our differences are part of what make us, you know, each other's complements, and what makes us a successful team, and what makes us, you know, really be able to expand our thinking and expand our minds to new ideas, and to really find inspiration in that, find joy in that, find creativity in that, and, you know, really moving out of that space of how our differences separate us, but not that our differences separate us, but our differences actually make us stronger, and our differences actually make us better, and our differences can actually bring us together and, you know, make us a powerful team. You know, and so we have a 5 here too. That's change and transformation taking place here on a spiritual level. You know, taking that conflict and transforming and transmuting that into, you know, taking crazy ideas and manifesting things with that. You know, taking our differences and turning it into something powerful and beautiful. And you know, I mean, I know for me, when I met my divine masculine, I saw that we had differences. And, you know, for some reason, instead of just being like, oh, that's a deal breaker, I just felt compelled to really find a way that I could align with what was different about him in a way that it could somehow help me and enhance my view of love. It kept asking me to expand my view of love more, expand my view of love even more, you know, and be open to things that, you know, I would have thought were like crazy before. But now I'm just like, wow, I can't believe that I actually thought that, you know, he's a little bit country and I'm a little bit rock and roll. And I thought that was like a deal breaker, but, you know, something deep inside of me kept wanting to expand and kept wanting to see, like, how could I be a little bit more country? You know, and then I think he was like, well, how can I be a little bit more rock and roll? So anyway, I feel like that's kind of the energy of what this card is. So it's a really beautiful thing. And then, you know, that leads us to the 4 of Fire, which is the 4 of Wands. You know, this is spiritual fulfillment. This is joy. This is stability. This is celebration. You know, this is bringing that spiritual fulfillment and bringing that down onto the earth plane. You know, in the traditional tarot deck, this is the one where it's like the wedding and there's the 4 wands. You know, this is the 11-11 right here, 11-11. So, you know, manifesting new beginnings of spiritual fulfillment on the earth plane. And it's really beautiful. It's what is bringing harmony into a relationship. So when we can really, you know, look at this 5 of Fire energy and transform and transmute those differences that might initially look like conflicts, you know, but really we can see them as creative opportunities to find that common ground and to take our differences and make them our, you know, our complements that bring us together, like that yin and that yang. And then that's what leads us to the 4 of Fire, you know. And again, we see like a butterfly figure here. She's got butterfly wings. And she's playing a flute. So again, it's like there's this theme of music here. And I just keep hearing like rhythm of the universe, you know, dance of love. This music that we just are like going with the flow in our souls. And then we have the Page of Air. So, you know, the Page of Air is about new ways of thinking. You know, overcoming all of the differences, finding that harmony, and really allowing ourselves to open up to new ideas, to shift our focus to a new focus, to open up to the divine, to open up to curiosity and exploration. This is where true partnership, true divine partnership starts to come in. You know, where we can sit down together and really start to explore new ideas together and explore new ways of looking at things together and explore new ways of finding solutions to things in a way that's two equals coming together as partners in this place of harmony. And we see this beautiful angel, and she's, you know, she's got her arms upstretched up to the divine, up to the heavens, and she's saying, yes, I'm ready for this divine partnership. I am ready to embrace this unconditional love. I'm ready to be open to receiving all of the beauty, all of the abundance, all of the joy, all of the love that the divine and the universe are assisting me in receiving. And we see it's got this beautiful soft blues. I don't know why there's like a little glare there. I'm sorry about that. But there's like soft blues and soft purples. So, you know, that's that 5th chakra and 6th chakra and 7th chakra, all those upper chakras, you know, expressing our soul's truth from our 5th chakra, receiving that intuition, that higher perspective from our 6th chakra, and really opening up to receiving divine guidance with that 7th chakra. And, you know, starting to have new ways of thinking, new ideas, new thoughts. Beautiful. And then we have the 7 of water. So we're taking, you know, these new ideas, this new expanded awareness, this new harmony in the connection, and it's really, you know, bringing about this co-creative way of manifesting things, working with the divine, working with that 3rd energy. And, you know, 7 of water, it's a card of emotion, and it's a card about, you know, all of these different possibilities, and really unleashing that creative force within us to look at all of these possibilities and all these ways that we can manifest things in new ways. Just really unleashing that creative passion for working with the divine and working with each other, really using that 3rd energy. And, you know, 7 is the spiritual path. And that's so much of what being on the spiritual path is. That's what the twin flame journey is. It's a spiritual path. So we are really unleashing this new ability to co-create with the divine. And, you know, that is leading to manifesting a new beginning. And this is a new beginning on the earth plane. And this stag here is symbolic of the divine masculine. I always think of the divine masculine when I see the stag. He's so strong, yet so peaceful and so gentle, and you can just feel how big of a heart he has, but he has the heart of like the emperor. You know, he's empowered from within, and he leads from his heart, from this warm place of love and compassion and caring. And he has all this wisdom and all this strength, and he's worked so hard to manifest this new beginning, this prosperous beginning, you know, really creating tangible results in the physical world. And you know, I feel like this card too, this deer, he just has so much confidence, an air of confidence about him. So I feel like the divine masculine, they've really reached this new level of, you know, having more confidence in their physical world, getting, you know, their careers more lined up, or their finances are more solid, or you know, maybe their home and their surroundings is more solid and where they want it to be. You know, whatever different things they've been working on to get that feeling of confidence and stability and prosperity and solid foundation in their life. And then we have the messenger of water. So the messenger of water in the traditional tarot would be like the Knight of Water, or the Knight of Cups, excuse me. So this is all leading to this, you know, new place in his emotional space, in his heart space, where he's got this solid foundation and he's got this confidence, and he's ready for this new beginning, and he's feeling the romantic attraction. He's feeling like his cup overfloweth. He has something to give now. He wants to move towards his feminine and you know, raise his cup and share that with her. but it's going to require him to take a leap of faith, you know, to be the fool and to really just be like, you know what, screw it. Like, I'm not gonna let my mind take over. I'm not gonna just analyze this to death. I'm not going to, you know, overthink it. I'm not going to, you know, break it down and analyze it from every angle. I'm just going with my heart. I'm going with my gut. I'm going with what feels right. I don't need to understand it. I just know that this is just what feels right, and I just have to take that leap of faith, and I just have to take the risk, you know? And so what if I look like a fool? You know? Like, I've just got to do what I've just got to do. And in order to take that risk and take that leap, it means he's going to have to just be like, you know what, I'm going to do my own thing. I don't care what people say. I don't care how I look. I don't care what other people think. I'm going to be my own man. I'm going to be independent. I'm going to do what I know I need to do because I'm ready to live my life in a way that pleases me. I'm ready to live my life from my soul. So this is about nonconformity, 7 of air. You know, nonconformity, not going along with what society says, not going along with what family says, not doing what your friends say you should do. This is about, you know, listening to your soul. And, you know, this card is just so beautiful. It has just this soft white light. And it has these 2 beautiful white doves. Those symbols of peace and harmony. And doves mate for life. They find their partner and they mate for life. And same with ducks. We have ducks here as well, and ducks also mate for life. And, you know, he's ready to take off that mask. He's ready to not worry about fitting in, and he's ready to be his own man. And again, this is a 7, so this has to do with the spiritual path. This is part of his divine mission, you know, going through this awakening and stepping into who he is as a sovereign being, as a divine masculine, and really owning his truth. This is all part of his, what he agreed to move through as part of this soul mission for, you know, being a twin flame when he incarnated. And then, you know, this is all leading him to his destiny, his goal, his desire, his heart's desires, his dreams, his divine feminine. So we see the divine feminine here, and she's just patiently, you know, she's holding space for him. She's praying, she's meditating. And she's also been working really hard on herself. You know, we see all these 9 pentacles here. She's been working on her mission. She's been doing her spiritual work. She's coming to know who she is as a woman. She's tapping into her inner goddess. She's enjoying the beauty of her own life, and she's finding gratitude in her life and in her creative gifts and in her spiritual gifts. And, you know, she's been moving through her own awakening as well. So they've both, you know, the divine feminine and the divine masculine have both been being prepared for each other. And, you know, she's also looking forward to that 10th pentacle, which is the solid foundation, the solid family life, the physical security, it's that physical fulfillment on the earth plane that she's sharing in a life with her divine masculine. She's ready for that 10th pentacle that represents, you know, that complete physical and spiritual union with her beloved. And so the divine masculine is moving towards her. She's the end goal here with the last card. Yeah. And it's beautiful with this card. I'm just noticing that You know, there's 4 pentacles on this side, 4 pentacles on this side, and 1 pentacle up above. And then behind her, there's another image of a circle, which makes me think of a full moon. And so that moon energy is very feminine, and the Divine Feminine has done a beautiful job of really learning to go within and learning to tap into her own inner guidance in this journey. And the Divine Masculine has done a beautiful job of balancing his own inner feminine. You know, just as the Divine Feminine, she's been balancing her masculine energy in order to create these 9 pentacles. She's been taking action, manifesting abundance, getting on mission. And this number 9 is a number of mission. You know, she's felt the calling. She's awakened, you know, quite a while ago, so she's felt the calling, and she's actively been working on her mission and cultivating that calling. But, you know, there's part of her that is still anticipating that 10th pentacle. You know, looking forward to that full life with her Divine Masculine. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoyed these cards from this new deck. I really just think these colors are beautiful and perfect for this time of year with autumn, and just, yeah, I really appreciate the imagery. So, again, I am wishing you all a very beautiful 11/11 gateway, and I will look forward to seeing you soon around the new moon in Scorpio. So, okay, I'm sending you lots of love. Take care. Bye-bye.